All right, so welcome to the new episode of Metahumans Mondays. So we've got a lot of cool stuff to go over today. I'm joined by Shayla Valencia, Action Doll. She has a brand, Action Doll, really cool. She's also done a lot of cool colors work on comic books, including some work on the Imperial Valley Comic Con comic book. The first Imperial Valley Comic Con comic book we had, actually, she did the colors on that cover. It's the one with PandaCon on the cover. So
And the
she,
inks.
you did some of the inking a
Inks.
little bit too, right? Yeah. So
I did the
inks,
inking and the color.
yeah, inks and colors on the first Imperial Valley Comic Con cover with Dave's art on it. So, and Dave Garcia is a well-known legendary Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Archie artist. He's done a lot of other stuff too, though, not just Turtles. He's done a ton of stuff, but he's most known as being the creator of PandaCon, co-creator of PandaCon with his wife Monica Sharp. So very cool. Um, and we're gonna go over a lot of cool things today. First, in which being the Spawn universe. So Spawn is this is awesome actually because for Spawn to get a universe, it's almost like why wasn't there a universe? And I'm actually really stoked about this. Todd McFarlane at WonderCon talked about there being a uh, essentially a 20-year span where he wants to go on and have all of his titles lead to other titles, and he wants to continue to build a giant Spawn universe. Um, and the four books that he's going to put out, he's going to continue to put out the regular Spawn, but he's going to put out a Gunslinger Spawn comic and a team book called The Scorched. So by team book, I mean it's like his Avengers, I guess, which is pretty awesome. Um,
Yeah.
and then he's going to have the King Spawn book, which is supposed to be what he's saying for those that missed out in 93, 93 or 96, the first ever Spawn number one that came out. This will be your the one and
Your
only other
opportunity to
chance
get
to
it.
get a Spawn number
Yeah.
one, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a pretty exciting event. I actually think this is cooler than, I mean, it's awesome that he broke the record with 301 issues. But I mean, Eric Larson on Savage Dragon's eventually going to pass that as well, and you're going to have a lot of the people that are going to pass those numbers and continue to go. But for him to start Spawn Universe, actually, I think is to be honest, I think that's cooler. That's like the coolest thing because anything that Todd puts his mind to and says he's going to do, he does it, and this is no different.
He's gonna end up joining the big two. It's gonna be
Yeah,
the big third.
creating worlds.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean
Which one?
Valiant has a really large world of characters as well, but yeah,
Yeah.
Spawn is definitely worthy of having a world. What
Which one do
char
you look forward to?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you right now. Who do you look forward to in terms of a character in this Spawn universe?
Well, yeah, I did watch that WonderCon panel,
Uh-huh.
and it showed some of the gunslinger Spawn, and right away, I mean, just the name by itself, right away, I was like, oh, that one. I love that one. It's cowboyish western guns. I'm digging that one, so I'm looking forward to that one. And he showed some of the pencil
Mhm.
art, and it looked really cool. It looked really cool, so I'm looking forward to that one. How about
Yeah,
you?
he also since you watched that, you can kind of give a little scoop on he announced some of the artists he's bringing in, right?
Yes, he did. Well, some of them are J. Scott Campbell, Greg Capullo, of course, Kevin Keane, which is like a newer artist, um, Art, uh,
Oh,
what's
Art
his name?
Adams. Yeah.
Art Adams, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Brett
uh,
Booth. Um Yeah, there's a long list of names. Those are like the bigger ones that we, recognize in terms of that. And then his current guys that he has right now in Spawn, he's obviously
yes,
crossing them over as well. He didn't
yes.
really, yeah, he didn't really
He
say who's going to what book though, right?
No, he doesn't. Yeah, I would have loved to see women working in it though. From the panel, from what we saw, um, I just saw men's names.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll bring somebody new.
Yeah. Who
Nonetheless, they're all great artists.
who would you like to see that he brings in female artist wise?
Yeah, that's tough. I think the woman that did the Lady Killer and the Catwoman. I can't remember her name right now.
Joelle Jones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she would be good.
She would
Yeah.
do pretty good. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you think?
I think uh Faye Dalton would do good
Oh yes.
cuz she already has like that kind of dark um that dark vibe, like she did all those
Yeah.
like hard case comics like James Bond. Her
You
doing
know,
like Spawn in a dark world would look pretty great.
yeah, I don't know if you've also heard of Abigail Larson, but she does really, really cool, like sexy, gothic,
Mhm.
dark art. She would be really, really good, and I would love to see her in Spawn,
Yeah,
actually.
there's a lot of artists that even Jenny Frizen's colors sometimes they're a little too pale or dark for like Wonder Woman, I think,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah,
for like Spawn, it almost would make more sense, like that look uh
that
could
would
make
be yeah,
I
that would
think
be like go ahead.
yeah, it just seems like she might even be more a fit for this than some of the because the Wonder Woman looks great, but her coloring sometimes is always darker, and I've heard you say that before too. Yeah.
Yeah, pale.
Yeah, it might fit more with this.
I would actually like to see her. That's actually really interesting because, like, her style, from what I've seen, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, of course, it's very like kind of like zombie-esque because
Uh-huh.
of her pale colors, of the skin. So, but she's not very like sketchy and like thin, sexy, elongated figures.
Mm-hmm.
So I would really love to see her rendition of one of these spawns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, there's so many characters he's bringing in. A gunslinger, if he's gonna go in with gunslinger the way that he is with the solo book, then well, this image I just popped up right now, it's got a lot of the other spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm thinking maybe he's gonna go all the way with a lot of these other spawns too. Ninja Spawn, Tremor Spawn, Medieval Spawn. He's got to be gonna do something with Medieval Spawn. So there's so
Mm-hmm.
many different types of spawns. Um, yeah, yeah, he's gonna. Who knows what he's gonna. Maybe we'll
Probably
get
go with
a
like
spawn with a sombrero.
well,
Sombrero spawn.
his gunslinger spawn kind of the image that he shows on the WonderCon, he kind of has like a Western
Yeah,
hat, but it's
sorta. Yeah, we'll get
yeah,
a spawn of Mexico. And he'll be a
yeah,
red, green, and white costume with that'd be pretty sick actually, just for like a
Mexi spawn.
yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, and of course, what I'm looking forward to is all the badass action figures that he's gonna do with all these. Those are gonna be awesome.
Yeah, damn, imagine.
Yeah.
Gotta for all those collectors out there, start saving.
Yep. There's a lot he's gonna bring out in merchandising, especially since he actually owns that property.
Yeah.
Um, So leading into our next topic here, this is big. We just saw the trailer, the Red Band trailer to be exact. This is The Suicide Squad, which I don't know why I forgot it was The Suicide Squad. For some reason I was typing Suicide Squad 2. I totally blanked that the name of the new movie is the same as the original movie, but they add the word the, which is funny on James Gunn's part. But yeah, I couldn't find it because of that. But originally, uh, wow, yeah,
So
what
what
a
was your first
trailer!
impression?
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh,
Of all the big four movies that are coming out this year, what is it? It's Mortal Kombat, the King Kong movie with Godzilla, um, this one, Suicide Squad, and then the other one is the what is the other one? Or it's not? Is it not a fourth one? Maybe it was just Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Maybe that's what the fourth one is, and I'm just blanking. Of all the four, this is the one I was looking forward to the most. So, I am really looking forward to seeing this.
Well,
Number
it's
one,
supposed to release here, right? August,
yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, August 6th.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and man, are there some crazy characters up in this movie?
Yeah.
Um, I think we both agree King Shark is our favorite of the ones shown. That's gonna be
think
really fun, man. That character, um, seriously, from the Suicide Squad, I mean, from the Harley Quinn animated show, he's hilarious. I think Rob Funches voices him. So good. Shayla, you pointed out the character on the top. What was her name?
which one is it? I
The
can't.
one on the top. Oh, Mongol. If I said it
Oh
right.
yes, the women with the orange skin.
Yeah, yeah. The makeup work on her actually. Yeah, I said she looked like something out of like a Star Trek Deep Space Nine or something. But yeah, she does look kind of like something from Guardians, like you mentioned.
Yeah, yeah. I think that she looked like something from Guardians of the Galaxy, and they did such a good job on her. You, if you look her up online, you can see what she generally like a comic book looked like.
Yeah, she's pretty
And
accurate. Yeah.
her rendition of the film, it's pretty good. It's real.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the things that I love of when they do like the films that they don't change in that much. There's
Yeah.
a lot of thoughts about that, but
That
I like them. If it's already like that and we love it, just keep it like that. The formula works.
that's why I think that's
So
why
she looks really good.
yeah, that's why King Shark looks good though, cuz he's King Shark, you know? And
Yeah.
that's why Harley Quinn looks so good because it's Harley Quinn, you know?
Yeah. Also, the weasel
Yeah,
character.
he looks good too. Yeah.
Yeah. Although in the comic book he looks very like he looks good, like badass good, but in the film he looks kind of silly. But still, the CGI that they're doing based on the trailer that we saw is still really really good.
Yeah, so the image I just popped up shows the Weasel. And that's played by Sean Gunn, who's James Gunn's brother. I'm not sure if he's
Mhm.
older or younger, but it's his brother. And there's this funny image right here of him directing his brother in the green screen suit. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, he has like the whole suit, right? Like all like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then the other portion of the Suicide Squad that's interesting is on IMDb. Usually they list, for those that don't know, they list by cast by paid, by levels of who's paid the highest and so forth, which is why you have like Margot Robbie and you start getting the other names. If you notice the names, even Sylvester Stallone is voicing King Shark. For those that don't know, he's way up there on the list. So him as a voiceover for King Shark is getting paid more than majority of the actors. In fact, John Cena is like, and like the main cast, he's almost like dead last before you start hitting all the other people that you might not be aware of who they are. Um, so I found that really interesting. But a little higher up there in the cast is the actor who plays Polka Dot Man. And so,
Wait, say that. Let's talk about who do we think is gonna die first in this
well,
movie?
I mean,
Because I did read an article. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I think the majority of the characters are all gonna die, to be honest. You know?
The majority of the characters.
Yeah, more than 50%.
Yeah, well, Polka Dot Man,
Yeah, so
Pokemon Man.
yeah, so here's the thing. In the trailer, Polka Dot Man says he has a line where he says that he doesn't mind if he dies, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
the funny thing about that is that he's one of the higher actors on IMDb on the payroll.
Yeah.
So why would you pay him that much if his screen time isn't that long? I know this might be a spoiler to some people, but like I'm aware of how
Well,
that
who
system
knows?
works.
That's just your thoughts.
Yeah, unless James Gunn and him are just so tight that he's like, dude, I'm gonna pay you. You know what I mean? Which is dope. It'd be a cool friend, right?
Yeah.
But which that's a possibility as well, right? And he's just hooking him up. But how funny would it be and totally be like, oh no duh, if like he has that line in the movie, but the one guy who wants to die the easiest is the guy that outlives everybody. You know what I mean? He becomes like the
Yeah.
cockroach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is what might happen. You know?
Which could happen, yeah.
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 Just saying. You know, the whole movie might end and he might be the only one alive and be like, what? You know what I mean? Well, that's not
Yeah.
gonna happen because you know Harley Quinn's gonna survive, and
Yeah.
based on the screen time and how King Shark is the next Rocket Raccoon. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And Weasel might be the next Groot. I don't know, or maybe flip those two around. Um, yeah, we might be seeing. Yeah, because it when it comes to actors, you have to keep paying them, but you could always switch a voice artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even they could always get someone who sounds like Sylvester later. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Which is why
Yeah.
Rocket and Groot lasted so long, really. They keep going because those characters were not as big before. Yeah. But who's your who well, did you have a prediction of who's gonna go first?
Yeah.
First. This is hard though. Yeah, of course. You don't know this, but
Yeah, I think that what's his name? The Black Flag, I think his name is. The
okay. That
I'm
guy's one of
trying
the
to
higher billed actors on the IMDb though. I'm not sure if they'll Oh, no, the obscure guy. The obscure character that was on there?
Blackguard.
Blackguard, yes. Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
Pete Davidson's character. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Everyone
He might be
killed.
one of the first to die, yeah.
I think he might be one of the first.
He,
I think that also the Mongol might die. I don't know.
yeah, I think she is, but man, boy, that'd be a waste of all the makeup that they did on her if they killed her off that fast, you know?
Yeah.
They've got to make her last and do a badass battle scene before they kill her off, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your predictions?
Yeah, I think Black Flag's gonna go. Yeah, I think he might be one of the first ones, and they'd probably do it like in a hilarious way or something, you know. Um,
Blackguard. Yeah.
and then some of the other characters that I don't even know they're so DF list characters, you know what I mean? That like they probably will go too really quick, you know. There's a lot of
Yeah.
characters that aren't even in the trailer that are probably gonna come out. They're just gonna like pass over really quick, you know.
Yeah. See, that's the good thing about them making all these like team movies. You know, like you get a chance to give a light to all those D-lister characters. You know, because
Yeah,
not everybody loves the A-list characters. You know, some people are like true fans of the D-list or B-list characters or C-list characters, and it gives them an opportunity to like be like fanatics of like, oh you know, like that's my character. You know, like I love him, but it was only 5 seconds because he died.
yeah,
At least you know, they came out.
yeah. I bet you this Weasel character is gonna be pretty cool, actually.
I think so too. I think he's
Yeah,
gonna be like the jokester,
yeah, and
one of the jokesters.
not only that, but it's the director's brother, so they're gonna be a little more like they already have probably some funny humor connection from growing up, you know. Like he's probably down to do like. I mean,
My
he's
god's
directing him in a funny green screen suit right there in the thing. You know what I mean? They probably go, you know.
yeah,
There's
that's
probably
true.
some hilarious stuff that's gonna happen with Weasel. James Gunn's gonna give Weasel some important something. He's gonna make him do something important probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
almost like with Groot, like press the button kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's gonna be something like that probably.
I
All
wonder
right.
if he'll speak.
Yeah, I actually don't know that because I'm not familiar with Weasel in the comics that much. I actually knew who he was because of one of those encyclopedias of the universes, you know, the DC universe. But other than that, like I hadn't like read the books with him in it, you know.
Yeah.
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 Um,
So
the last segment here we have is the book of the week. Is
wait,
Avengers.
we didn't even talk about the villain.
Oh, the villain. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to put an image of that right here. My bad. Um, Holy smokes. Yeah. So, the villain, for those that didn't see, man, the villain looked amazing. It was Starro. And Shayla, you said you were impressed with the how Starro looked, right? I was impressed too, but
Starro the Conqueror. He first came out in 1960s fighting the Justice League, which excuse me. He's a I would say that he's an anti-hero because in many part of his trajectory he's a villain, but there's a section in that world that the Justice League and the Avengers do a crossover to fight him because he's such a powerful character,
yeah, I remember that.
or villain. And so later on in 2003, I think is when he kind of, not to give, well, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not because it's not even in the film, but he does like a sacrifice, thus becoming, like an anti-hero.
What's
But he
great?
does look so good.
Yeah, what's crazy is the book where he first appears. It was already a really expensive book way before this movie. So anyone that held on to that, I think that was the Brave and the Bold comic.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, but it's a really freaking cool cover. I've always liked it, and yeah, that character looks amazing, and I'm looking forward to. There's this thing that he does where there's these little starros that attach themselves to people's faces, pretty much
Yeah,
like
like the face
aliens.
huggers.
Yeah, like face
Yeah,
huggers.
yeah.
And
I
I
wonder
know
if they're
that's
gonna do that. Do you think they're gonna do that effect?
that might be what happens to Black Flag. You know what I mean? Yeah, that might happen to a lot of characters at the same time and just takes out a bunch of them. That might be the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, the more you stare at the poster, it kind of might be giving away to you like who lasts and who doesn't, right? Because those are the highest billed actors if you think about it. You
Yeah, I
see it?
guess. Yeah.
Whereas like there's like 10 other people on the Suicide Squad.
Mhm.
It's almost like they're telling you like everyone on the bottom is gonna die, and then everyone that you see. What's hilarious is, do you notice that he went ahead and gave Polka Dot Man though? He did put him on there like as he didn't just put him as one of the. You see that on the
I can't
poster?
see the
Oh
images.
no! Oh yeah, on the main poster, he's got 7 of the heroes, yeah, of the Suicide Squad, right? There's 7 of them there, and then he's got 7 on the bottom, so there's 14 in total. So it's almost like he's telling you who's gonna die first.
That's totally foreshadowing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like it. Yeah.
And then you've got 7 that are featured with like more on the art side. And of those 7, you've got Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, John Cena's character. Um, you've got Idris Elba's character, Bloodsport. And then you've got Polka Dot Man, King Shark. And then on the top left, it looks like the what, Ratcatcher, you said her name? Or the girl, right? The other girl?
Yes.
And then there's the guy with the guy, I'm blanking on his character's name, but he had the gun. He's like the guy, like that was in the prior movie that Viola Davis counted on to lead the group. Um,
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I
yeah,
think.
he's on the poster too. So that's kind of interesting. It's like, and these were like the higher build people, except for John Cena, of course. But huh, that might be saying a lot. There's a lot to
Mhm.
decipher with this, to be honest. Yeah, but yeah,
It's gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Starro looked incredible. So, and then back to the last segment of the show, we've got Avengers: Curse of the Man Thing #1. This is my recommendation of the week, because it has the first appearance of a new character. And Shayla, if you want to tell us the new character, she's right on the cover, by the way. This is the cover I recommend to get. If not, if you have a little more money to spend, you should get the character design variant. But this is the one that you're going to get because it's going to be cover price.
Yeah. So the new character, well, I don't.
Yeah.
She's a villain.
Yeah.
So she's basically created from a part of the Man Thing, and she's actually albino. That's why she's all white.
Hmm.
I didn't know this. And the red marks that you see on her are actually like scratches from her like being experimented on. or at least that's what the designer Carmen Carnero says. But yeah, she looks really badass. Honestly, I always look forward to female villains because there's not that many, you know.
Yeah, she looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I can't wait to see what her powers are.
And her name is
Honestly,
the Harrower.
yeah,
Hmm.
the hero.
And she I get vibes of like Dagger vibes from her, like from Cloak and
Mhm.
Dagger.
Yeah,
That's what I get right
yeah,
away.
yeah.
But she does look cool with like the slices on her arm and the way the
Yeah.
costume curves up. She does look really cool though. So this is my recommendation because this is a first appearance, an issue number 1, and she's on the cover. So I call that the trifecta. When you have that, it's a buy. No matter what, even if you don't even like the title and you just want to put something away, hey, it can maybe help pay for a future pull list of something you actually want. I actually want this because I genuinely like it and I want it, and I think she looks really cool. And I'm a fan of Swamp Thing, so when you got Man Thing on the other side of the lake, I tend to read all those. I think Man Thing's a cool character. I have some original Man Thing art. So I'm just a fan of the swamp creatures, and swamp stories. So, I'm definitely, um, I definitely recommend this, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And yeah, that is the pick of the week. Again, thank you everyone for joining us. Um, and yeah, follow us on at Metahumans Comics on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those, and then catch us on Mondays, late night Mondays / Tuesdays, depending on if we have difficulties getting these up, um, and also based on where you live on which part of the world. And that's it. So signing off here, Shayla. If you got anything to chime in before we split here.
No, just that as you mentioned in the beginning, I have done some art and some coloring for some books. So you can find me at underscore Shayla Valencia on Instagram. And I am opening a store where I'm gonna be uploading more art. I have some stickers there, some Baby Yoda stickers or Grogu
Oh yeah,
stickers there
Grogu
already on my
stickers.
Etsy shop. But yeah, other than that, that's where you can find me.
All right, so that's it. And I'm off into the vacuums of space.